Hey friends, it's Sleepy. We're learning things the dumb way because I'm too tired to do it right. So I hate playing Half-Life 2, one of the most celebrated games of all time, made by one of, if not my favorite developers of all time. It's always been a game I saw glimpses of greatness from, but for several reasons, I was never able to come close to the end credits. I wanted to change that, so I opened Steam, then closed it, downloaded Zemu, dumped a totally legal copy of Half-Life 2 for the original Xbox, you can't prove I didn't, and started playing. So why did I do this? Well, dude, if you can't handle a game at its worst, you don't deserve it at a stable frame rate or with good textures. That's how that works, right? Oh, look at the textures! Ugh! Looks like barf, dude! Ugh! Worst really is the best way to describe Half-Life 2 on the Xbox. It's a miracle that it even runs on this hardware, but that miracle comes at a cost. What? I got my work cut out for me. Who knows though, maybe I'll learn to love it despite all the hiccups, but the only way I'll know for sure is if I wake up and smell the ashes. Welcome to City 17. Life here sucks, but look on the bright side, oppressed citizens. The physics on each object still exists in the Xbox port, isn't that, no? Okay, well, it made me happy at least. Whoa. What? Oh no, I broke their phone. Imagine doing this in 2004 on a CRT, dude. I'm spinning merry-go-rounds and pushing swing sets in this abandoned park, launching babies on seesaws with cinder blocks. Nice. That would have made someone's whole fucking life 20 years ago. We take Valve's innovations towards creating a tangible game world for granted nowadays, but seeing everything in such a low resolution and in 4x3 kind of puts things into perspective, like, oh yeah, I was 3 when this came out. And even today, it's so fun to mess with that it carried me through all the scripted intro scenes.
Gordon Freeman. It really is you, isn't it?
Hey, what's up? I'm trying to jump into your ventilation shafts. I hope that's okay.
Some of you might be thinking that I should have been paying attention, but the story in this game is... we'll talk about it when we get deeper into it. For now, Barney threw me a crowbar and said to get the hell out of here before the feds get me. They're gonna have a tough time killing me though, because
Oh my god.
I'll do it for them, I guess.
Gonna blame that one on the illness. And maybe the frame rate.
Alright, fair enough. The frame rate dips quite a bit during combat, and especially in wide open spaces. As someone still getting used to playing on a controller, this can be, you know, problematic. Despite that, I was still having fun because of how amazing the level design is. The way Half-Life 2 works is, you'll start a level, then it's your job to navigate your way through it, while the developers slowly guide you with clever audio and visual cues that make you feel like a genius adventurer for noticing them. Like, there's no dude in your head telling you to meet up at Wendy's in 200 meters or a map that tells you where to go. So when you're dodging gunfire while running through trains, jumping in the sewer to take the heat off of you, sneaking around and using dumped garbage to block helicopter gunfire, they almost feel like split-second decisions you're making on your own rather than a very intentional linear progression that like 100 people spent half a decade working on. It caught my attention immediately, but I didn't fully understand how much this level design would mean to me once I completed the game. I continue fleeing the Combine on my way to meet up with an old colleague and pick up the SMG, which I love. Not because it's strong or anything, it's pretty weak, but just listen. Maybe that Xbox audio compression is good for something after all. That punch is so satisfying. Speaking of audio, when encountering zombies and headcrabs for the first time, once again the thing that grabbed me the most was the sound.
I don't know about you, but that was like genuinely terrifying to listen to.
The music is so good too, the creepy ambience and percussion heavy battle themes that create this beautiful ambience that isn't worth much if the game isn't fun, is it? Okay, so I've been dancing around talking about the gameplay. The combat in Half-Life 2 is fine. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just fine. I don't think that's something you really want to hear about a first-person shooter though, so we'll dig into it. Oh, and by the way, we've met some rebels who gave us an airboat, starting what is straight up the longest section of the whole game for no reason. So to give a feel for that, I'm just going to speed up my footage and stick it in the corner while I talk about the combat. Gordon Freeman's selection of firearms is basically the same as Half-Life 1's, but without all the weirdo Zen stuff, and unfortunately, there are just as many misses as there are hits here. The SMG feels great to use, and even with the grenade attachment, remains surprisingly useful. The stopping power of a double-barreled blast from the shotgun is enough to make a grown man come. And the crossbow is so damn fun to use because it kills anything it touches and ragdolls them as a bonus. But then take a look at the pistol. Weak sounding, low damage, stiff animations, it's not a very satisfying gun to shoot. The assault rifle is similar. It's got the Halo 4 Promethean problem of being some stupid future gun that lacks any kind of weight, kick, or believable presence. And good lord, I'll skip ahead chronologically because you need to hear this right now. So go ahead and imagine for a second what you think this gun sounds like on Xbox. Got it? Okay, here's how it actually sounds.
Is this a finished video game? Oh my god.
Another thing, as I went through the game slowly increasing my arsenal, every new addition felt so fresh and fun. But as I got more and more weapons, I realized how much they cannibalize each other's roles. Even though it is really cool, why would you ever use the revolver when it's outclassed in all 3 ranges by other weapons? Why would you throw a grenade and pray to God it rolls to the right place when you can just use a rocket or SMG grenade that blows up immediately? Why shoot bullets from the SMG if you have assault rifle ammo? Why would you use the pistol if you have ammo for any other gun? Oh, what's that, you ran out of ammo? Okay, well, you're either trying to add lead poisoning to Ravenholm's laundry list of problems, or you're blind because this shit is everywhere. Speaking of shit that's everywhere, Combine soldiers. If we're being generous, 60% of this game's combat will be spent fighting these guys, and they are some of the most underwhelming enemies I've ever seen in a shooter. They either just stand there and occasionally shoot at you while maybe throwing a grenade once a year, or they'll push your position, then stand in doorways like dipshits while you gun them down.
He just stood there. He just stood there.
I remember the Marines from Half-Life being oppressive and feeling like they actually cooperated. Using tactics as robust as a Waffle House manager in 1998 could program them to use. But with these guys, I have so many clips of them being incompetent dickheads that it's a wonder the citizens didn't rebel sooner. They'd win easily. Unless, I will say, unless the Combine uses explosive barrels, because I'm pretty sure that's the only time a soldier killed me this entire playthrough.
I'm sorry. My bad. I didn't know your game, Combine.
Interesting gameplay interactions with the Combine only happen outside of the standard foot soldiers. Case in point, it looks like Past Me finally made it to the helicopter boss fight at the end of the chapter, and oh my god, I am so sorry to anyone who struggles with motion sickness. Jesus Christ.
He is trying to actively crash my game.
Call me crazy, but this actually added a lot of tension and fun to this fight. To my knowledge, you can only do damage to the helicopter when it's shooting at you, and all of those bullets chug the game like crazy, so it's like an additional psychological attack the boss can use. I want to make a game someday where an enemy just halves your frame rate because fuck you, good luck hitting your shots, bro. But eventually, I took the chopper down.
Did a guy just, what the fuck? Did T-posing man just fall at like 0 frames per second?
After more riveting plot, I got my hands on the gravity gun. Probably the best thing about this whole game, because I had so much fun playing with it that I almost soft-locked myself.
Come on, Gordon. Build a stack and get up here.
I don't have anything! I broke it all!
You know how I was impressed by just being able to take a payphone off the wall and drop it on the ground? Well, now I can grab that phone from 30 feet away and launch it into the stratosphere. This beauty works on every physics-based object in the game, and after a Combine attack that leaves me with no other means of escape, it was time to put it to good use in the condemned town of Ravenholm. Okay. I finally get to talk about Ravenholm. So, I actually stopped all of my previous attempts to beat this game right before Ravenholm, and now I realize that was a colossal mistake. I think everybody watching this video owes it to themselves to experience this level, even if it's the only part of this game you ever play. It takes everything I've enjoyed about this game so far, the atmosphere, the level design, the physics, and the audio design, and dials them up to 11 to create a horror experience unlike anything else in the game, and truly unlike anything else I've ever played.
Jesus, dude, why don't you hop off its cock?
No. So the first thing you'll see when you enter Ravenholm is a severed zombie torso hanging from a tree. You're gonna creep towards the only other light source, a nearby shed, and see yet another disturbing sight as the walls drip with blood. Buzzsaws and propane tanks litter the room, so intuitively using your new gravity gun, you try picking up a buzzsaw just as a zombie sneaks up behind you. But with this thing, you're not going down that easily. Oh. This introduction teaches you 3 things. The atmosphere of this level is off the freaking charts. The gameplay is so satisfying and innovative, especially for the time. And my god, the way the level design is married to this creepy vibe it's perfection. That torso wasn't just setting the mood, it was showing you how to use the buzzsaws you're about to find, because the lighting is guiding your eyes towards the shed. Please, I need you to understand that the entire level is like this. Poison head crabs, these disgusting freaks, make their first appearance here, and one doesn't just casually show up hanging out. No, you first see a dead one attached to a meat hook that can actually sting you if you get too close. And when you meet an alive one, 2 of them ambush you from around a corner. Not only that, but they're standing next to an empty chair with a pistol laying on it. Like, that is so fucking creepy. What happened here? Fast head crabs make themselves known to you by scurrying in packs on the city streets while you maneuver overhead. And let me tell you, if I ever accidentally drop down here, I'm ripping my PC's power cable out of the wall. Gameplay wise, poison head crabs are extra threatening on Xbox because just one hit brings you down to 1 HP. And stopping a head crab from hitting you at least once on a controller at 20 frames per second is no easy task. Fast zombies keep you on your toes even on the rooftops that were safe before. You're shown how little safety elevation now has the first time you encounter them in gameplay. Like, I don't even know how Valve did this, but these things are scripted to jump up on geometry to come get you. Like, they don't flail around or run into walls. No, it's as though they have pre-scripted paths they can take without fail that lead straight to you. That's like the dinosaurs opening doors in that one movie. Post a comment if you know the name.
From now on. Oh, hey, how you doing? God, I got fucking goosebumps because they just jump at you and they're scary. This sucks. I don't like this shit. Okay, I like it, but I don't like playing it.
The longer you stay in Ravenholm, the more paranoid you become.
By all means, load more horrifying shit.
It's something about the sights.
Jesus, these things. Is this like, oh my god.
It's something about the sounds.
God, why do they sound like that?
I didn't even talk about how Father Grigori somehow adds humor and charm to this hopeless place. How fun and creative his makeshift traps are in both combat and exploration. And oh, did I mention you get the most satisfying gun to shoot in the game here? It is so good. And when I stepped out of that tunnel, I told myself that even if everything from here on sucked, I'd still be happy with the time I spent playing this game. Little did I know, this resolve would be tested. But not quite yet. I really like how the game gradually pulls you back from scary zombie land by first sending you to this no man's land where the Combine picks off wandering zombies with sniper rifles. Imagine if it just dropped you in the rebel camp with the car as soon as you left Ravenholm and wait. A car? Oh,
He's trying to actively
no.
crash my game.
It's gonna happen again, isn't it?
Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Oh, this is bad. Oh no.
Sorry, Doc.
Ah! Ah! What the fuck? What are these? The fuck?
My good friend saw this clip while I was watching the footage back to take notes, and he got upset that I didn't intuitively flip the car over immediately because the game makes you pull out the gravity gun when you land, but like, dude, have you ever stopped to consider that I'm fucking stupid?
Ah, well. It's as good as time as any to go get my DoorDash.
After getting a rocket launcher, shooting down a gunship, and only falling off the map a couple more times, I came to this section where you have to navigate your way under a bridge. Now, I'm a Source Engine ride or die. I think the movement and physics are better than any other game engine. So parkouring around these steel beams was legitimately some of the most fun I had my entire playthrough. Nothing could possibly...
Hello?
Thank God the Xbox version still autosaves. It's moments like these when you realize that despite all the technical hiccups and compromises, a lot of care was put into making this port as one-to-one as possible, which of course means these bug things still jump out at you at the speed of light, and it also means NPCs still behave with a level of grace and charm that only 2000s games trying to take themselves seriously can pull off. So I ordered myself a milkshake during the second half of Highway 17 because I had a really bad day and needed to pick me up. But they didn't give me a straw, so I had to eat it with a spoon, which meant I was standing idly to eat when I noticed breaks in the gameplay, right? Well, some NPCs were not very appreciative of this.
This way, Dr. Freeman. We'll take the cliff path before another
Shut the hell
gunshot
up, I'm
finds us.
eating.
All right, Dr. Freeman. Come with me before another one comes.
No! Give me a minute.
All right, Dr. Freeman. Come with me before another one comes.
Welcome to the next level of the game, Sand Trap. A lesser man might see a title like that and play more cautiously, but that word is stupid. It doesn't exist. Do you ever think about that?
You there! You idiot! Walking on the sand right there,
I didn't know! You didn't fucking say anything!
What do we say, gang? Am I the asshole here? I thoroughly enjoyed this floor is lava mechanic because at the end of the day, it's more source parkour, my favorite. And I love the new giant antlion boss. It's just a big bullet spongy excuse to blow all your resources. So they're super fun, you know, as long as they don't freeze the game.
Oh, you're gonna do that. I see. You're gonna crash the game?
After that dude dies, a Vortigaunt comes out and teaches you how to use pharopods, and I just adore his dialogue.
The free man shows his excellence in all things.
Thank you.
His cadence, how nice he is for no reason, it's great. So, I think this legitimately is my favorite character in this game. Uh-oh. This game's story, like its gunplay, is just fine. It does its job of giving you context for why you're moving from point A to point B, but not much else. I'm not talking about the art direction and the world design. As I mentioned, that's wonderful. Plus, my motivations for finishing the game are set in stone. I really want to stick it to the Combine because the game shows you how oppressive they are in so many memorable ways. But I just never found myself getting attached to this game's cast or their struggles. Any of these dudes could have dropped dead at any point in the story and I couldn't even pretend to care. There's nothing about their writing that makes them bad characters, it's just bland to me. That goes double for the voice acting, which, while the actors Valve hired are very talented, it sounds like they were almost told to read their lines as if they were in a video game, and the cadence of which they're delivered doesn't help that either.
I'm Alex Vance. My father worked with you back in Black Mesa. I'm sure you don't remember me, though.
Like, that isn't bad, but that's all I have to say about it. I just finished this game, and the only lines I remember are wake up and smell the ashes, boop, beep, boop, pick up that can, and this one lady who goes for the Oscar while she's getting gunned down by the Combine.
Run for your life!
Plus, I love Sniper as much as the next guy, but maybe next time don't hire the same guy to voice 95% of the game's male cast. My standards might seem too high for 2004, and I get that in retrospect, this was one of the top dogs in terms of video game storytelling. Not the top dog, but it was up there. So let's turn the camera around and talk about something I would have had a problem with even at release. Gordon Freeman, who I feel got one of the biggest declines in characterization I've ever seen from first game to sequel, and it's all because of this. What?
Get going!
In Half-Life 1, this lady would be paced right now, and that's a good thing. That sounds really bad out of context. See, you were allowed to do whatever you wanted in Half-Life. This made Gordon's characterization dictated by your actions. What would you do if you were in this situation? Kill all your friends? Help them escape? Try to help people but let them die if it'd be funny? This is the correct answer. But for Half-Life 2, Valve said this is now a linear story. Gordon is going to complete the game the exact same way every single time, but he still never speaks, so while he's technically his own character detached from the player, he doesn't have any character of his own, making any time someone says something about him really awkward and dumb.
Hey.
Gordon, I had a feeling I'd find you here.
How?
I've got Dr. Kleiner in a safe spot.
What
Now
the
we can join up the
fuck? What did you do in this room, Gordon? What the fuck do you mean you thought you'd find me here?
This isn't Gordon Freeman, this is fucking Morgan Stanley. But as I was spiraling about this blatant character assassination, put that in the thumbnail, I realized something. Team Fortress 2 and Portal 2 are my favorite Valve games. Top 10 games of all time for me. TF2 because it has the best gameplay of any shooter I've ever played. And Portal 2 because next to these two, I think it has the best writing of any game I've ever played. Both of them also have some of the best characters in fiction for me. So, what are my 3 biggest complaints about Half-Life 2 again? Huh. What a coincidence. I think I just figured out why I can never bring myself to finish this game. See, I can bitch and moan about how this game doesn't live up to the heights of Valve's peaks in my opinion, but that's not fair because not only is it much older, it was never trying to be these games. Half-Life 2, in my eyes, is a playable art book.
What the fuck?
The biggest draw to me is the world. Take City 17, a thinly veiled, prim and proper city where the Combine's presence is always felt. The Citadel, this towering beacon of oppression whose strands of influence both literally and metaphorically keep the city within its iron grip. What this game does so well is let you explore these locations in a linear format, but make you feel like you're uncovering every nook and cranny yourself. If that idea sounds familiar, it's because I'm repeating myself. I get it now. This was the best part of the game the whole time. Ravenholm, Nova Prospect, Highway 17, the Citadel. I may not remember characters or lines, but I do remember these places. I remember these creatures. Imagine looking at an antlion in an art book and letting your mind race. What kind of place would these things live in? How do they get food? Can they fly? And then you see them in game and it's like Valve asked all of those questions and managed to translate the answers into gameplay. I don't know if I'm explaining it properly, but this is a world that feels believable while being so unbelievably fascinating. This is what Half-Life 2 is to me, and I think after figuring that out, it finally became a game I could fall in love with. But the Xbox version of this game would do its best to make sure that I didn't. The Nova Prospect Prison Break starts very fun because it finally shifts power in your favor. The ability to control antlions who just massacre the Combine after hiding and doing hit and runs on them for hours is so gratifying. We're no longer just making the Combine sweat, we're making them pass out from heat stroke. Good lord. But as their regime began to fall, so too did the wonderful traversal experience I've been describing for so long, and it's all because of lighting. Take a look at this room in Nova Prospect. Where do you reckon the way forward is? Well, it's through this vent down here. Oh, you didn't know there was a vent down there? Well, don't feel too bad. I mean, why would you? It's pitch black. Now let's try taking a look at the exact same room on the PC version. Yeah, the lighting has been a bit of a nuisance the entire game. Several rooms are so dark that the flashlight is essential for moving forward, but this is something else entirely. I don't have the 2004 PC build of Half-Life 2, so I can't cross-reference these levels and see if this was a problem there too, or if this is exclusive to the Xbox version. My friend has a theory that because the final 2 chapters have so much stuff going on, the Xbox version could have deleted several lights from the map in order to reduce the number of entities it had to load. This is a completely reasonable thing to do on paper to keep the game as one-to-one with its PC counterpart as possible. But good lord, all it does is ruin my favorite thing about this game I just found out I actually liked. Why the fuck did I play the Xbox version? My final recording session for this game is 3 hours long, and a good chunk of that was just me trying to figure out where to go. There were ladders that blended in perfectly with the background. Doors with no lighting opening up with no sound. That happened more than once, by the way. And as this kept happening, I was getting more and more passive-aggressive with my commentary.
Oh, wow. This looks like the way forward.
Listen how mad I am. That's so embarrassing. Oh, and by the way, getting lost in these small corridors will only waste more of your time because you're going to have 4 citizens with you to stand in doorways and block your retreats. It also doesn't help that the frame rate probably dipped into single digits during every fight, making all those sections extremely challenging and nauseating.
Oh my lord.
Up where? I can't.
slideshow, bro.
Everything here combines to create my least favorite part of the entire game, the Strider battle. You're in an arena with like 4 of these dickheads who take about 7 rockets to kill each. Ammo is scattered throughout the arena, and one of their bullets does about 20 health if you don't have armor. This would normally take maybe 4 minutes to finish, but it took me 30. I couldn't find the hidden stash of infinite rockets because the lighting was so atrociously dark there. I couldn't maneuver well on controller. I couldn't aim well because the frame rate was terrible, and I admit, I got a little heated. I showed this clip to my friend and all he said back was, "That's so funny, you're such a baby." By the time I was in reach of the Citadel, I was tapped out. You could hear it in my voice.
Morphine administered.
Thank you for the morphine, I need it. I'm dead.
But I made it there. I made sure to take in all the sights and sounds of the elusive Citadel, as if an extensive look inside was a reward for making it this far in the game. By the way, any Half-Life lore experts, what the hell was this guy's problem?
Okay.
I then lost all my stuff, but the upgraded gravity gun is such a fun weapon to use, it doesn't even bother me. Laying waste to all the poor Combine soldiers who got told to take me out will never stop being fun. And as I ignored Breen's speech and said my goodbyes to Alex, I reflected on the journey I'd been on. There've been some rough patches and some high moments, but the ultimate question remained. Did I learn to love this game, and would I like to play it again? Well, even writing this script right now, I feel the urge to shoot a Combine soldier with a revolver, launch a buzzsaw through a zombie's torso, or sick an army of antlions on Nova Prospect again. I'll never play the game on Xbox again, let me be very clear about that. But I honestly just want to dive back in and keep playing. That's actually the footage you're looking at right now. So I'd say yeah, consider me a Half-Life 2 fan now. Anyways, the final boss is like 8 seconds long. Then, with all these questions still lingering in our heads, the G-Man shows up as a poorly masked PNG and talks really quietly before turning the game off.
Ordinarily, I wouldn't contemplate them, but these are extraordinary.
Can you speak up a little?
I still can't get over how this fucking Mr. Smith shows up and just goes, "We don't do satisfying endings, Mr. Freeman, a good day." Well, this video is getting pretty long, so if he can end things off whenever, so can I. Oh, looks like this is my stop.